Yes, hello, it's Mr. Hussein here.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Hussain.
How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Is it Imran?
Speaking.
I want to speak to Mr. Mulla.
Mr. Mulla is busy right now.
When is he going to be free?
I'm not sure. What I'll do is, I know he's got your number. I'll inform him that obviously you called.
Because I've been trying to get in touch with him since last week. He was on training from Friday, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah.
All right, I'll try ringing you up this morning as well. I think he comes to work at 10 o'clock.
It's after 10, yeah.
Yeah. I tried ringing earlier, and they told me that he comes to work after 10 o'clock. So I mean, I know he's going to have meetings and stuff, but I need to speak to him urgently.
Yeah, well, the conversation we had the other day, and I made them point.
Yep.
I relayed them onto Ismail, and I will also pass that point on to Pat.
Okay, I mean, but the thing with Pat is that Pat's not really in a position to do anything. I can't even speak to her, and the situation is getting out of control now because I think the without consulting me, Mr. Mullah's authorized and disclosed £150 of my brother's benefit money to Mr. Muchichitiri, which is an employee of Bradford District Care Trust, on Friday. Okay, so we've not asked for the 150. That's not been cleared with us. That's already, that was not cleared with us, and somebody's authorized that. I presume it was Pat. I don't understand why she's done that. Now they're saying, moving on from there, they're saying come and collect it from Horton Park, third floor. Now my brother's refusing to go there. And this is the issue I explained to you last time. I've rang up Mr. Muchichiri today, and he's saying, no, I'm not a taxi service. I'm not coming out to deliver it. Come here to collect it on the third floor. So basically, it seems that you're twisting our arm in order to get us to do something that we don't want consent to.
How do you normally receive the money?
Well, previously, what's been happening is that it's been we've gone down once, I think, several months ago. All right, to the third floor. It's collected it from there. Then it got moved to being collected from Dovecourt. All right, so we've gone to Dovecourt and we used to collect it from Dovecourt. Then they stopped because I took my brother on holiday, and so they stopped and they said that we're not going to take the money on anymore. So then we've come back and we went to collect the money, and Mr. Muchi and my brother said I'm not going up there. So they came down to reception. It's on the third floor, so they came down to the ground floor and gave my brother the money. Subsequently, my brother saying, no, I don't want to go there. Why are they forcing me to go there? All right, just to collect money. It's my money. They should give it to me directly. So then subsequently they've come to our house to deliver the money last week, which was delayed by a week. I think I explained to you. There were all the shenanigans were going on. Now that's the situation. How it's been planning previously, be collecting it is on an ad hoc basis. All right, so it's for going to this just messing us around, and the reality is that I've taken my brother down to Horton Park, drove all the way down there using my mother's mobility vehicle. When I've got there, he gives it no. He has to come up, otherwise we're not going to give him the money. And I'll come if and I give it, how do you want us to proceed? And they give it, oh, we'll come to your house next day. Friday they didn't come. That whole week, there was loads of issues that I brought to your attention last time. So this is not sustainable, and there's only one solution to this, and it's quite clear that you need to relinquish appointeeship, because obviously this is having an adverse effect on me and my brother, and I've presented you and the council with a lasting power of attorney. They're basically trying to pull a fast one and try to convince everybody that my brother lacks capacity, and he clearly doesn't. All right, and they've not been able to put that through. Pat Vadine knows the fact that you've made an application to the courts, and the only reason that you can act as his financial deputies or in receivers or whatever is if my brother lacks capacity. My brother's not somebody who doesn't have anybody. He's got me. He's got his family here. It's not a case of that he's just some random guy that nobody else cares about and nobody else can take on that responsibility. He's got me as his brother. I vigilantly fight for his rights. And the fact that Pat Vadine and the council have tried and attempted to get a court order fraudulently by colluding with the care trust and the doctors there trying to get it rubber stamped that my brother lacks capacity. That's a very serious issue, isn't it? Imagine this, Imran. Imagine me and my friends, a couple of doctors at the care trust and the council, all of a sudden decide, that you lack capacity and you're crazy. All right, it only takes two doctors. All right, and if I pay them off, all right, that's it. You're done for. because then I'm just going to take everything that you own, all your money and everything. All right, there's no. Trust me, I've gone through this process. The local authority and the care trust work closely together, and they lie and cheat and manipulate. Look at my brother's situation. You know, my brother clearly has capacity. Mental capacity is clearly designed. The very first principle. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the mental capacity law, but the very first principle is assume somebody has capacity. It's very clear, black and white, written down. You can't say, well, somebody's got mental health problems. You know, this is a very Asian mentality. You know, very backward Asian mentality. Oh, pagal hai. Yeah, he's crazy, we're going to take over. No, this is not how the law works. The law works on the fact that the guy is assumed to have capacity, and my brother clearly has mental capacity. If my brother is saying to me, I don't want to go to the third floor, is that because he lacks mental capacity? Sorry, just one second. So most of your clients lack capacity, yes? Are you based at Britannia House?
Yes.
Okay, all right. But Mr. Mulla says you can't come and collect it from here. Last week there was that fire at Britannia House.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I'm sure that was read in the newspapers that there was some electrical fire. All, you know where the customer services are? You there where customer services are?
Yeah, I think there was something happening there, Friday night.
Yeah, there was. I think I read in the newspapers that the electrics caught fire. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, you're at Britannia House. Obviously, I like I said, I don't understand the reasons why as well.
Yeah, all I can do is obviously what you said. I'll pass that on, when I get older.
It's a simple solution, but it's something that you the council don't want to do. It's a very simple solution. My brother has capacity. I have previously, prior to 2016, I was his appointee. All right, and the reason I was his appointee is not because he lacks capacity, is that he doesn't speak English. Do you understand? So somebody who doesn't speak English and he trusts me implicitly. And says, look, I can't speak English, and every time I'm ringing them, they're saying, oh, can we speak to the client, blah, blah, blah. I'm dealing with all his correspondence. He doesn't read English. He doesn't speak English. But that doesn't mean that just because somebody doesn't read English or speak English that they lack capacity. Mental capacity is something very, very, under very extreme circumstances, do you say somebody lacks capacity, i.e. somebody's got a degenerative mental condition like Alzheimer's, all right, or unless they're incapacitated. All right, they can't have capacity. If you're out of your mind, like drunk or something, or unconscious, you lack capacity. And even then, even under those extreme circumstances, the law always favors the individual. Yeah, the law always says, well, wait until if somebody's inebriated, wait until the guy sobers up, and then ask him the question. It's very, very restrictive. Pardon? We don't know. We don't know how often we receive it, because obviously there's been lots of shenanigans going on. It was weekly, I think, that was coming to Dove Court. Then I took my brother to Pakistan for a couple of months. About a month and a half, I took him to Pakistan. That money then got accumulated and then brought back to yourselves. And then once it's come back to yourself, I've asked for the money, and then you're saying, oh, it's piled up now and we can't give you all of it. I don't understand why you can't give us all of it. It's not the case that you're holding on to my brother's savings. It's not a case that you're holding on to my brother's assets like in £700,000. All right? That's not the case. You're holding on to his daily living expenses. No, we can't go and collect it. They're not willing to come down to reception. So they're not willing to come from the third floor down to the first floor. My brother's saying, I don't want to go to the third floor. I've had enough of these people. They've messing me around. And I don't really blame him, because, they're clearly fraudulent and crooked at Haunton Park. Because they're trying to, basically, what it comes down to, Imran? It's all, as you know, all these disputes, many disputes are all to do with money, isn't it? Everything, even if, in families are fighting, it's always to do with, especially when you go to Pakistan. I've been to Pakistan, yeah, always fighting over land and property and this, that, and the other. It comes down to money, all right? The reality is that the local authority have a duty of care to my brother. They were initially paying him £410 a week, not in his benefit money, the council, that was coming out of council money, all right? So they thought, oh, well, we don't want to pay this anymore, all right? And let's just put a plan together and we know that I'm Shazad, yeah, he's got lots of money. We'll try to say he's a fraudster and this, that, the other, and we'll try to take all his money. You know, yeah, that doesn't make any sense, yeah. But that's what they've done. So they basically convicted me of fraud, taking all the money. Oh, you're not spending on him, blah blah blah. So that's justified me going to prison. So I've been to prison in order just to deal with the situation. All right. So that's what the local authority have done, and then subsequently they just saved all that money. Now you understand when Imran, when you don't pay your TV license, right, they're coming for you. Now you might say, you know what? I don't think I should be paying my TV license. It's £150. I don't feel like paying it. No, I'm not going to pay it. Well, you know what happens to you? You get banged up. All right, you get prosecuted. You know, if you say, look, you know what, my car insurance is too much, I don't want to pay it anymore. What's going to happen? You're going to get arrested and brought taken down, aren't you? Because you can't just say because it's too much. Similarly, my brother's care needs are quite extensive. He's doubly incontinent, and the local authority have to pay. And they're thinking, well, we don't want to really pay, especially with an Asian guy. We just won't pay. And that's the reality of it. So the fundamentals are the fact that the local authority are abusing their position and exploiting my brother. But you see, that is like when I say to that people that the care trust or the local authority are abusing my brother, you know, everybody says, no, it makes more sense to us that you're abusing him. Because therefore, if you're abusing him, we can put you into prison. But if the council's what happens when what happens? Like, you know, Imran, if you go kill somebody, you get done for murder. What happens when the council kills somebody? Why is that so inconceivable? The council won't kill people. You know, people refuse. They put a mental block on saying, no, that can't happen. All right, why can't it happen? Judges are corrupt. Politicians are corrupt. You understand? It's done by people, and people are corrupt. But people choose to refuse to accept that the police are, you know, can go around killing people randomly. Clearly, there was a case in, you know, Halifax or Huddersfield where that guy got shot dead on the motorway. All right. So similarly, you know, people get, and in my particular circumstance, one of my brothers has died, been murdered by the local authority. I've told this to everybody, and nobody believes me. Now, moving away from that, I don't mean to digress onto other matters, Imran, but the reality is here, in regards to my brother Talib, the local authority have no right to control his money. And now this is a mess that you've created as the local authority. My brother was happy with me dealing with the money. You said, no, I'm a fraudster, put me to prison, taken away all our money. We're left now to languish with no money. He was getting £410 from the Bradford Council in social care money, in direct payments. That's all disappeared. So every week that goes by is £410 that the local authority have saved. In addition to this, my brother's own DWP benefit money you're now controlling and, you know, asking us to jump through hoops to collect. Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for your patience and thank you for listening. I have taken up more of your time than necessary. Please, can you ask Mr. Mulla to contact me, or I'll just have to continue trying? Because obviously there's a mobility vehicle issue that needs to be dealt with urgently. Thank you very much, Imran.